Hello and welcome to the Daily Digestion channel. In this video, I want to talk to you today about intermittent fasting and 1 meal a day and why it really is amazing and how it can heal your digestion. I'm going to explain this to you in a way that you can understand it because a lot of people don't really understand what is happening within their bodies and why and how amazing 1 meal a day is and how it can save you from so many health issues, guys. So many religions use fasting as a part of connecting to God. And there's a reason for this, guys. It's because our Creator knew that we needed to fast in order to stay healthy and to stay strong and to stay connected. Okay, to stay connected to community, to stay connected to our Creator, and to not be obsessive compulsive, to not be chronically ill. You can't serve your Creator if you're bogged down with illness, sickness, and food. Okay, which is what is happening in our society. We live in a society where we really have a lot of food, a lot of access to food instantaneously, and it's really cheap. You can go to McDonald's and you can buy a hamburger that tastes amazing for like a couple of bucks, you know, and people are falling into this obsessive, chronic overeating, overindulging. We know the drill. It's obvious. You can just go out in society and you can see so many people and how they are suffering with this issue. I mean, guys, this is real. Okay, this is real, and it is happening. It is happening, guys. So what we're going to talk about today is I'm going to show you, this is the intestines, guys. This is the intestines, okay? This is your small intestines. This is your stomach. When you eat the food, it goes down in here to all of the small intestines, and then it goes into the large intestines, and it comes out and it exits the body and you poop it out, okay? So, what happens, guys, is when you don't stop eating and you keep eating constantly, you're eating 3 meals a day, and your body is getting older, your digestion is slowing down. It might be from chemicals that they're putting in the food, which that is a huge percentage of what people don't realize. The glycophosphate that is in most foods that you eat, because it's basically gluten foods like bread, pasta. You go out to eat, those type of foods are just about in every single meal. They're completely unavoidable. So this glycophosphate is a chemical that inhibits the digestion system from working. It stops paralysis, which paralysis is what moves everything along, okay? So this glycophosphate is your enemy, number one. So what you want to do is when you stop eating, you give your body a chance to digest the food that is already in there, that is not coming out, okay? Whether it be stress, you may be like seriously stressed out, constantly driving around with your kids in the car. You're like, driving the kids to daycare, going to work, coming back home with your kids, putting them in the bed, reading them a story, getting them ready for school, all of that wonderful stuff. Well, guys, it keeps you really busy. It keeps you on your game. Okay, so You get up in the morning, you drink coffee, you eat breakfast, you do lunch, and you do dinner, and then you start all over again the next day. Well, the problem is, guys, is all of this food is getting stuck within the body and it's not exiting out. And what is happening, guys, is you are getting some major issues going on here. It can cause everything from chronic inflammation, Crohn's disease, leaky gut, major intestinal problems. It can make you have constipation, diarrhea. The list goes on and on. Guys, it can make your gut swell out. You're like going to the gym, you're working out, you're like, why am I not losing weight? Well, it's not that you're not losing weight. You're just not losing the trapped chronic inflammation that is going on in your gut, guys. So what you want to do is you just want to stop eating. And guys, you will be amazed, because what happens when you stop eating, there's several things that start happening. Number one, your body goes into a state called autophagy, where your body will literally eat diseased cells for food. And then it'll take all of the good stuff out of the diseased cells, like the amino acids, the vitamins, the minerals, all of the stuff that's good, and it'll excrete all the bad stuff out. So your body is like doing this recycling thing going on, because our bodies are amazing. God created our bodies that way, because like God knew that we needed to fast. That's part of who we are, and that's the way He made us. So our bodies can heal. Guys, our bodies need to heal. If we're constantly shoving the food in, our bodies cannot take the time to heal. So it's like what I always like to say is heal, rebuild, and fast, heal, rebuild. You know what I'm saying, guys? So that being said, so let's look at what can happen if you don't listen to your body when it's speaking to you and telling you to stop eating. These are pictures of some of colons that got bogged down with food and so forth, and they started to prolapse, and they got distorted. And so instead of looking like this, they started to look like this and this. Well, what do you think happens when we get all of these crazy contortions? Well, it causes more problems. It causes food to get, or feces to get trapped in these little areas, in these pockets. Have you ever heard of somebody say, well, I've got diverticulitis now. I can't eat nuts and seeds, and I can't eat blackberries and stuff like that because it gets caught up in the pockets. Well, it could very well be that they have really screwed up their colon system, and they've got all of this food packed in there and all these little pockets and places. And what is happening is those little seeds are getting stuck in there, and they're causing infection. They're causing, a bombardment of toxicity within the body that's creating inflammation and more gut issues. So, it's like, if you just stop eating, guys, just stop eating and do 1 meal a day, which is OMAD, 1 meal a day, and this will give your body time to heal. And what is the most amazing thing about this is your body will start to heal. Guys, I am a living example how I've been incorporating 1 meal a day within my diet and my regimen for the last 2 years, and I have healed a chronic prolapse issue that developed after a bicycle injury. And guys, I was like in the most healthiest time of my life. I was on top of the world before this happened. and I had a bicycle injury, and I just kept cramming the food in. I kept exercising, and I bogged my body down to where I woke up one day and I have prolapsed organs. And guys, it's been a long journey, but I'm here, and I'm here to share and tell my story of what happened and how my body has been able to heal with getting on a proper regimen of not eating food and over abusing food as an emotional crutch. And you know, the list goes on, guys, how we abuse food. And so I hope that this shines a little bit of light on the situation to where you can understand what is happening. You know, when you put all that food in there, you know, you got the food going into the stomach, and then it's going into your small intestines, and then going into your large intestines. And then when it does not exit here like it needs to because of stress, chronic stress, or just overeating, overindulging, you know, more is going in than is coming out, then what happens is you get a backup. You get backed up colon, and then right here, where the ileal valve is, this thing gets stuck open. The ileal valve gets stuck open, and you have the small intestines that is trying to put more food in here, but the valve is stuck open because there's no way it can fit more food in here, and you got food stuck here and in between all of your small intestines. And then what you have here is called leaky gut. You have bacteria that is not supposed to be getting from this large intestine to this small intestine, and then you develop a whole host of chronic issue, guys. And I'm just here to tell you, you don't want to get in this situation, okay? You might be really young, you might be a lot older, but the more children you have, the more work hours you put into your life, the more projects you start, you know, this stuff can accumulate. This stuff right here can accumulate within the intestines and the small intestines and really cause a whole host of issues. So what you want to start doing is you want to start doing things like 1 meal a day. Start out with intermittent fasting. Go slow. Take your time. This isn't a race. You're not trying to do or die here. You know, the slower and the more steadier you go, the better. To get the maximum benefits from 1 meal a day, you really want to follow it strictly. But you can also go at a more easier paced regimen, and you can do more of a intermittent fasting phase. You know, just stop, don't eat breakfast. Don't eat breakfast in the morning. And if breakfast is your thing, then eat breakfast, but don't do dinner. You know, there's so many different ways to do 1 meal a day. And you can even take herbal supplements throughout the day that'll empower your body and give you energy to where you feel amazing. And you know, and you'll be getting some minerals into your diet. Stay hydrated. That's critical. While your body is doing the autophagy and healing, you want to make sure you're getting plenty of fluids into your body so the body can do the work. So, guys, I hope this kind of helps you to see a little bit of what happens when, you know, you're cramming that food in, and what it's doing to your body and how it can really cause some major issues. So I hope this video helps you out. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do 1 meal a day. I have tons of videos on 1 meal a day. I'll leave the link down in the description box for the 1 meal a day playlist that I have. And I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need subscribers, guys. I really do. I need subscribers. And guys, let's get our colons healthy. Let's, you know, they say that, I think it's like all disease starts within the colon, guys, and I believe it. I really truly believe it does start there. And when you go to the doctors, a lot of times they'll just tell you stuff like, oh, you need this new IBS, blah, 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 irritable bowel syndrome, try this new drug, blah, blah, blah. Guys, that doesn't help this issue, which we're cramming the food in. Okay, so let's fix the root of the issue. Let's not try to cover it up with more food and more Band-Aids and more drugs and more stuff like that. And so, yeah, I hope this video helps you out. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.